Hey guys, Jake from MACkite. Today I am here to talk to you about how to put on your 2021-2022 Duotone chicken loop kit onto your control bar. So Duotone no longer includes a release kit when you purchase the bar, so you need to make sure to add one of those separately. When you receive your bar, it's going to look something like this right here. And they have 4 different release kits. The first is the free ride. This is going to be the smallest loop right here. They have a rope. It's going to have a little metal surf knuckle on it. They're going to have the freestyle, which is a larger loop. If you've been in the industry for a while, that's kind of a traditional chicken loop size. And then they're going to have the wake style. That's the big kahuna if you're doing a lot of unhooked trickery. But it is important to look for this when you receive your package. This is going to include not only the chicken loop, but the leash, and you're going to have a little Allen key to attach it. Let's go ahead and get into it. So we'll go ahead and open this up. And as I said, there's a few components that's included. A little how-to guide. We'll hold that up for the camera. You're going to have your security pin. You're going to have the actual loop. It doesn't look like much yet, but we will turn it into a loop. You have your little attachment tool, and then you have your safety leash. You'll notice on the surf and the free ride kit, you're going to have a shorter leash, and the freestyle and wake style are going to include a longer leash, a handle pass leash, because they figure you're doing more unhook tricks. So to attach this, we're going to start by opening up our tool compartment. And we're going to grab this Allen key here. We're going to go ahead, lift up the release, flip it to the side so it stays open. This is going to give us access to this little grub screw right here. So we're going to put the Allen key in there, and we're going to twist that. We're going to pull it out towards us, and what that's doing is taking the grub screw that's sitting in there and pulling it back, which is going to allow us to put that little metal rope attachment in there. So we're going to go ahead, back it out. We can check the progress by looking in right here. You can see that inside when it's out of the way, and it's a long grub screw, so you're going to be twisting for a while. Okay, so I'm untwisting this and I'm waiting for the grub screw to pull out. It looks like I am good. So now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take the loop, I'm going to put the security pin attachment on it. That's going to slide right on securely. Now I'm going to go ahead, put this in. It's important to make sure that this little metal gasket with the rope around it is lined up so the grub screw can go through it. It's going to slide right in very easily. And then you're going to go ahead and simply tighten it back down. The nice thing is, if it becomes out of alignment, you'll run into some resistance. So you'll know you'll just need to twist the chicken loop slightly and get it into place. Again, it's a fairly long grub screw, which I guess is great from a security standpoint, but you're going to give it quite a bit of torques to get it on in there. You're going to go ahead and push that flush. You'll be able to see on the other side of the loop, as that grub screw sinks in, it'll push through, and you'll want that just about flush on the other side. So we're locked in. We'll tug on the loop. It's secure. From here, you're simply going to go ahead and fold this, flip up this little metal ring, and voila, we have our loop attached right here. Again, this is the free ride loop, so you can see it's a very small loop. If you're going to be doing any kind of unhooking, I wouldn't recommend this because there's not a lot of excess space once you slide the security pin through. You'll notice with this loop, if you would like to hook on this ring so your suicide strapped in, you go ahead, take this little metal grommet, fold it there. These first few uses, it's going to be very rigid because it's a freshly minted chicken loop. Go ahead, slide that under. You can put your leash right there, and you're locked in. Okay, let's line it up and see how some of the other loops compare. So again, we've got the free ride loop right here. In comparison, we've got the surf rope. This is going to have this metal knuckle right here. Your sliding rope is going to rub right there. Because it's metal and smooth, you're going to get less abrasion. So your rope on your spreader bar is going to wear slower, and in theory, so will the chicken loop. If we go ahead and fold this, you can see that that's almost the same size loop. And again, that does come with a smaller leash because you're generally not unhooking. It's going to be attached right to your side. The next loop we have is the freestyle loop. This is a more traditional chicken loop size. You can see right there, that's going to give you room for unhooking. It's going to move the bar a little bit further away from you. And that is going to include the longer leash right here. Lastly, we have the wake style loop that also includes the longer leash. This has the chicken loop attached right here already. And you can see that's going to give you quite a big difference right there. Really, this is for people who are doing a lot of tricks, a lot of unhooking. Otherwise, the freestyle loop is going to be sufficient for most. If we compare these two loops together, you'll see there is quite a big difference in size when they're lined up to one another. To attach all of these loops, you're going to do the exact same process. You're simply going to back out the grub screw. Go ahead, put on the security pin if it's not already attached to the loop. Put the grub screw back in and simply fold it over into this metal clasp on this side. And voila, you guys are ready to go. Guys, thanks for checking us out. This has been Jake with MACkite.